What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and here we are on a Thursday night. Very different of me to live stream at this time and this day, but here we are. And we're here to talk about the week that was the Johnny Depp trial, the rebuttal, Amber's cross, all that kind of stuff. And then obviously talk, I assume, quite a bit about tomorrow, which will be the closing arguments, and then they go back in and they get to work. I guess we can start kind of there, and we'll take questions and stuff as the live stream goes on. I would expect tomorrow to go not necessarily the way that I want it to go, only in the way that I don't think we're getting a verdict tomorrow. I really wanted one. I was really hoping for it, and yet here we are. And I don't think they're gonna give a verdict tomorrow. I think they're gonna end up giving a verdict on Tuesday. I can't imagine it going past Tuesday. So we go to tomorrow. I mean, it's possible it happens tomorrow, and my God, of course, I will be, laser focused in on Twitter, I guess specifically, and also YouTubers, Nick Rekieta, that co-streams it. But again, I think probably Tuesday morning makes the most sense for something to happen. I'm worried about Jedi Survivor. I wouldn't be. I think it's going to be announced tomorrow, to be honest with you. Oh, God. I don't know how to say your name. Imam? Is that how you say your name? Hello. I'm horrible with names. I butcher names. I butcher names almost as bad as Elaine does in the trial. She obviously does it the absolute worst. But how's it going, Alex? Where's Ben? Well, when you say Ben, so I have two dogs. They're both girls. And one of them's Nana. One of them's Luna. The white one is Luna. The more brownish one is Nana. I know you guys, the people that watch the Johnny Depp stuff, keep asking about the dogs. But the thing is, they'll say, oh, I love your dog. They'll make an appearance. Well, both dogs have made an appearance in one or another Johnny Depp trial video. So I don't know which one people like to see them. I'm not going to lie. The white one is the cuter of the two. But yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be at a panel. I think it's just going to be dropped. Yes, that's how you say it. Very good. You kind of look like Ezra Miller. Oh my God, no. No, please don't compare me to Ezra. No. I'm not an Ezra fan, as we've that normally makes people upset. Whenever and I've said this before, whenever I make an Ezra Miller video holding WB accountable for what they did with Johnny Depp versus Amber and Ezra, I always get a lot of hate, and not necessarily hate, but people unsubscribe because of those videos. Analytically, I see people unsubscribe because of those videos more than any other video. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. How heartbreaking will it be if Amber somehow wins this case? Not that I believe she will. Yeah, well, we can talk about that. So, I mean, obviously I'm going to try to record myself, right? So that's my plan. Whether or not it goes up as an immediate video afterwards or whatever, however I do it, when they give the verdict, I want my face captured, through recording software. So I'm going to be doing that so that we see my face, or I can see my face when they give the verdict. And here's the thing, I've been pretty open with this. At the beginning, I was kind of with a good amount of people in thinking this is going to kind of be hard for Johnny Depp to win. Like, even if he gets his story, or when he gets his story out, which is good. I mean, obviously that's good. When he gets his story out, how likely is the jury to believe him? Are they going to follow through with this defamation thing, right? Defamation's hard to prove. As the trial has gone on, it is, in my opinion, impossible. If you've actually watched it, now of course you have the same 5, 6, 7 websites. They're just the hit piece websites that write these stupid pro Amber things, but like, how can you go for her? Like, I just can't imagine actually because all the pro Amber people, even like Eve Barlow, well, Eve Barlow doesn't actually have a brain, but if you're not Eve Barlow and you're anybody else, and your support Amber, most likely they don't actually watch. They don't actually watch the trial. They don't actually see the evidence. So it's a joke. It's a joke. Hey, did you get my DM on Twitter about the jury reaction? Yeah, I responded, I think. I know I got it. We'll mention it here. So Becky, and thank you for the super chat, by the way. Please address that the text Ron board tried to pass off. Yes, was actually marked incoming. Yes. Well, thank you for the super chat. Also, Becky gave me a nice little expose, whatever you want to call it. She was there watching the jury for 2 days, and she kind of gave me her, I don't know, the view of what the jury is. Sounds good. I mean, it's not to get. I mean, we can read it maybe later, but it sounds good. That's another thing that's made me less worried, right? Because all these people that have been watching the jury, I mean, they're decently on the same page. Like it is impossible, I think, to fully read somebody through just facial expression, right? Very hard to tell like 100% of a person's life by that. But the idea that everybody seems to be on the same page with a lot of these jury people and how they feel makes me feel good. And all but one, it's one woman that she seems maybe Team Amber. But here's the deal. I don't know if I think she's one of the 7. I don't think she's one of the replacements or whatever. But so that is bad because it'd be. But at the same time, it's 1v6. So if she supports Amber, everybody else supports Johnny, or 6v1, 1v6. You got to get the other side on. And by the way, I want to talk about that specifically because Nick Rekieta or somebody on Rekieta's stream today made a really, really good point that I never really thought of too in depth. But let me just quickly ask if you guys are liking this or if, in and out of the live stream, make sure you drop a like. That really, really helps the video, just leaving a like on it. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed, all that other stuff, okay? I'll promote my other stuff later. But one thing I want to say is this. And I've talked about this a lot too, but I've never really looked at it through this lens, right? So we've talked about, okay, you have 6 jury members that are pro Johnny, and then 1 that's pro Amber, right? And you need to get all of them on the same side. You need to get everybody to be unanimous one way or the other. You can do a hung jury, right? Which is when they just can't agree, so the judge can declare that. But here's the thing. And this is, and I think it's probably because I'm like too deep in this to have really thought this through. These are rich people complaining about okay, yes, it's more detailed than that. It's more nuanced, and I support Johnny Depp 1,000%. I don't think he's just a rich celebrity like screaming into the void. But if you're the jury, these are people, the result of this case is not anybody going to jail. It's not anything major. Well, it is. I mean, it's losing money. It's losing millions of dollars. But that's why I don't think anybody's going to win massive amounts of money, right? People are probably not going to win massive amounts of money. So what you really have to think about is, like, is the jury willing to sit there and just be like, well, we can't do it. We literally can't do it for days and say, oh, come on, Maxine, say, I don't know, whatever her name is. Let's say Maxine. Come on, Maxine, like, join our side. Is she really going to put her foot in the ground that much for a trial that to them really doesn't mean much? It's, again, too celebrity. Nobody's going to jail. They're celebrity. I really think, if you think about it like that, if anybody's worried that you wouldn't be able to get people in the jury to agree with each other, I don't think it's going to be that hard, right? It's like, hey, wake up. She clearly is the abuser. Here's the evidence. Are you really going to spend like 4 days trying to fight with us, or can you just side with us? We can do the verdict, and then we can get the hell out. We all want to go home. We all want to be done with this. Are you really going to stay and fight? Because there really is not that. There's no consequences in the way of anybody's going to jail or anything that tragic is going to happen. So that's important to remember. That's a long answer. Can't wait for Hogwarts Legacy. Me neither. I'm very excited for Hogwarts Legacy. I think I just explained the outcome. We'll talk about that more, too. Warner Bros. Is a joke with Ezra. Do you have any news on Kingdom Hearts 4? Do you think it will come out early next year? No. I think probably 2024. Hopefully 2024. Christy, you had to bring Christy up. Christy and my wife and my daughter, actually went to visit her grandparents in Texas, so they're gone for the next 4 days, and you'd think I'd be throwing a party, but I am actually, I don't know why, maybe it's coming across like I'm acting, I am genuinely sad. Christy and I were married, we love each other very much, and we have never been apart like this. Well, we were 3.5 years ago, we were apart, but we haven't been apart in 3.5 years, so I'm literally in my house. I have my 2 dogs, that's it. It's just me, and then they're with their, my wife, my daughter, and then my sister-in-law, or my wife's sister. They're all in Texas, so they're flying on the plane right now. I'm sure they'll do a video call with me later, and yeah, so that's where my family is. I am sad. You'd think I'd throw a party. I mean, if I had friends, I do have friends. If I had friends here in the state that I'm in, which I don't, then I'd maybe throw a party or something. What are you looking forward to for Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy? Everything. I mean, I'm excited to play some games. Truly, like I really just want to. I'm enjoying Evil Dead, but I really just want to play some stuff. But literally everything about specifically Hogwarts. I'm worried about the reaction Amber would probably give after Johnny Depp possibly wins. Of course, I want Johnny Depp to win, but I don't want her to go to berserk at him if she's like that. Yeah, I think you'll noticeably, like on her face, I think you'll noticeably be able to tell that she's mad, very mad. But she can't do anything. Not only is there the court security, but then Johnny Depp's got, his guys. It's like Amber's not going to get through anybody. She did beat him, but she's not going to go through his guards. You know what I mean? There's 9 jurors in the room, but only 7 will deliberate. 2 will be alternates, but they don't know who yet. Right. Thank you, Becky, again, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Right. And we don't know who those 7 are either. Hopefully that woman is one of the alternates and she doesn't even, go in. But the thing is, say she's part of the 7. The other 6 seem to be pro-Johnny, and then the 2 alternates are pro-Johnny. So even if one of the 6 has to leave, the 2 alternates are still good. I mean, it's still like a 1-for-1 thing. It's not like there's 7 jurors. She's Amber's side. The other 6 are Johnny's, but then the 2 alternates are also Amber's. So then if you were to swap 2 of the Johnny people, can't make it or whatever happens, and then you have to get the 2 alternates. It's not suddenly going to become 4-3 all of a sudden, right? So that's important to remember. If Amber gets any vote in jury, I lose faith in our jury system. Yeah. Well, but again, it has to be unanimous. So one person saying, I believe Amber, and then they're like, are you nuts? You just have to kind of smack, not actually, you don't actually do it. You smack them around a little bit, and you say, wake up and see, wake up and see that she actually smacked him, actually. You know what I mean? So unless all 7 decide that, and again, the defamation thing, that's what I think Roddenborn and Amber's side is obviously very heavy on, is well, she didn't defame him. Here's the deal, kids. She is unlikable. She's unbelievable, literally. She cannot be believed. So, literally, you have to work backwards, right? In my opinion, you don't start at the article. You don't. Of course, I think Roddenborn and all them want people to start the article, but the idea should be, who is the abuser? Who did it? Who did it? Who should be believed? Whose stories are more accurate? Johnny's or Amber's? Johnny's. All right. So Amber didn't do anything to him. No, she did actually a lot. He didn't do anything to her, right? All right, nailed it. Did she know that? Yes. Did she purposely set things up? Yes. Now you fast forward. And everything else kind of comes with it. Did he lose his role of pirates because of it? Yes, sir, he did, right? So you can add those in, but you say, who's the abuser? Her. Is he in the clear? Yes. Then you work forwards in time. You start in the past, and then you work the op-ed. Did she know she was making the whole thing up? Yes, because she's the abuser, not him. So, and because you already answered that question, now go forward. Who's the abuser? Her. Did she know that? Yes. Did she pretend like it was him in this op-ed? Yes. Does that mean that she made the whole thing up and was purposely doing it to get at him? Yes. That's it. It doesn't have to be clear and cut defamation. Doesn't need to check in my opinion, doesn't need to check all the boxes. That's all you need. So, that's in my opinion. It takes 2 to tango. She stayed. She played her part, but won't admit to any of it. This should have stayed behind closed doors. She should lose. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Johnny Depp's statements. The whole it didn't need to happen. This didn't need to happen. Yeah, I mean, as I've said from the beginning, neither of them are perfect. I'm not saying Johnny Depp is some perfect human being on the face of the earth. He obviously has drugs and alcohol addiction and problems and stuff like that. He's a severe smoker, stuff like that. But it's not a question of any of that. It's not a question of any. It's a question of, did he touch her? And the answer is no. That's it. I don't care what you think about either of them. Did he touch her? No. Did she touch him? Yes. Did she lie about it? Yes. Did she put him through all this? Yes. That's it. That's all it is. And that's as boiled down as you need to get it to. And maybe they even say that. I would honestly wonder, because obviously we know the theme is they're going to make it. Well, we know Roddenborn's theme is that he's a drug-induced, monster, right? He drinks, he does drugs, so he must be a monster. But it's like, but Johnny's side has come out ahead of that and been like, he knows he's messed up with this stuff. He knows he's been addicted, all that kind. So I would wonder if they not necessarily say what I just said, but close to it, Johnny's side in closing arguments, like, look, we're not, and Johnny Depp said that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect, right? So why not lean into that in the closing statements? Nobody's perfect. Johnny is not perfect. He did do drugs, a lot of drugs. He did drink alcohol, a lot of alcohol. You know who drank more? Amber. You don't have to throw that in, but you know who's worse though? You know who actually did? Here's the thing. He did drink. He did do drugs. He did maybe do some stupid stuff. He did say some things. He texted some things. But guess what? He was living with a demon, okay? And you would maybe do the same thing if you were living with Amber. And that's all you got to do. Quick reminder, make sure you guys are leaving a like if you do like this stuff. We're going to go for a while tonight. But make sure you guys are liking the video if you do like me. I guess there are people that don't like me. You'd be shocked of how many people don't like me. What happens if it is proved Amber has been lying on the stand? Well, okay, so the thing that I've learned, the thing that sucks and what I've learned from like a Nick Rekieta and stuff is like clearly she's lied. She has lied. But the issue is to prove it in the U.S. is like next to impossible. To prove that they lied on the stand is impossible because you have to figure out, well, one thing you have to figure out is what is the lie. So there needs to almost be a baseline of what is truthful. And considering Amber's entire story is you know what I mean? Like the whole thing is a lie. 95% of it. So you have to find the truth to find out where she actually lied, and you have to like legitimately catch her on it. And it also needs to be proven, this is what I've also learned, needs to be proven that she did it purposely. Like she purposely lied. You know how today she said like, oh, I misheard the question. Like a few days ago, I misheard the question. All it takes is you to really say that, and you've covered yourself. So that's why she's being looked at for perjury in these foreign UK, Australia, because their perjury laws are different. They're easier to get people on perjury than here. Here, something as simple as saying, oh, I misheard the question, or I misspoke. I literally just said the wrong thing. I meant to say this instead. Something like that is literally enough. Now, is that stupid? Yes. But at the same time, for normal people, not demons, right? Like her, for normal people, you may mess up. You may actually hear things wrong. If there's a penalty that every single thing needs to be like photo accurate, you're gonna not have witnesses anymore. Not for this. For anything, you won't have witnesses anymore because people will be too afraid. And this is understandable. This is reasonable. You'd be too afraid. Say I was a witness. And if I knew literally I could not, like, yes, there is the rule of, like, you're supposed to tell the truth. Under oath, you're supposed to tell the truth, right? But if there's, like, an unwritten rule that if I mess up in any, say I get nervous and I mess up one, and maybe it's because I misheard, or maybe it's because I misspoke or whatever, and I could, like, go to jail, or I could face huge fines or whatever. If that's the punishment for me, like, I'm not showing up then. I'm not going to be, maybe because that's too dangerous for me. So I get why it's like that. For people like Amber, she should be thrown the book, or the book should be thrown at her. But yeah. Oh, boy. It's a shame about Ray Liotta. Yeah, it is a shame. I saw that. Sucks, and he's only 67. Perjury here is a joke, won't happen. Yes, that's a better summation than what I just said. Becky, you don't have to. You're giving all your lunch money. You could buy like multiple Subway sandwiches. Hey chat, we all enjoy watching and listening to Alex. Let's do the YouTube things like subscribe and throw super chats his way. Let's make Alex famous. Thank you. Yes. Make sure you guys are liking. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Super chats are obviously very helpful, and I try to read them as soon as I can. We have memberships. We have YouTube memberships, Patreon memberships, where you can throw a couple bucks a month, and you get exclusive videos. I make an exclusive video a month for people, and it's a lot of fun. But no, I greatly look, honestly, and I can say this now. Why not throw this in now? You guys have been, Becky obviously has been awesome. You guys have been awesome. I've had not to pat myself on the back because there's people much bigger than me. I've obviously had success in other ways on YouTube. I've covered big games, or I've been big when covering certain things, but I mean, you guys have absolutely rocked in terms of watching this Johnny Depp stuff every single day. Comments, likes, the support, the subscribers that I've gotten from this. I mean, it's incredible. So the live stream, the live streams are record numbers, close to record numbers, like every single time. So you guys freaking rock. I mean that. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys stick around. That's the thing. This is off topic, obviously, majorly. I really hope people stick around. I know the reality because I've been around YouTube like forever. I know people come for a specific thing, and then when they don't get that thing, they leave. That's normal. I get that. I would maybe do the same thing with other creators. So, the people that come in just for the Johnny Depp stuff, and then when this is over and I stop talking about it, I hope you stay. I hope you find something else you like on the channel. But if you leave, I totally get it. With that being said, I've always talked about Johnny Depp. In fact, the thing that got me the first several thousand subscribers was Pirates of the Caribbean. You guys know this. I love Pirates. I'm actually going to watch, when this is over, I'm probably going to watch Pirates 1. And I'm going to watch all 5 over this weekend to hopefully celebrate. But I talk about Pirates all the time when there's new movies, whether it's the Margot Robbie one, or if Johnny comes back as Jack in Pirates 6. That would be like a daily, how I cover Hogwarts Legacy, how I cover games on the channel. I'd cover Pirates 6 daily. I mean, I love the franchise, and I love Jack Sparrow. So, and it's not like I'm fishing for views or like I'm milking it. Like I said, like that's what 5 years ago for Dead Man Tell No Tales, which actually is 5 years old tomorrow, I think. 5 years old tomorrow. I covered that. That was the thing that got me. That thing got me from like 1,000 subscribers to like 5,000 in a couple months. That was like the main thing I covered back then. So that's a long tangent. Let's get back on track. Popping in from Prague, usually a U.S. viewer. Oh my God. So you're traveling? Well, thank you for joining me so late. I know I'm streaming at a different time. Like I said, my wife has left me in a positive way. No, I shouldn't say that. Oh, God. No, my wife is visiting her family with my daughter as well, so it's just me. And the reason why I'm not going, by the way, is for the dogs. Too hard, because also, again, my sister-in-law, her sister is going. Nobody would be able to watch the little doggies. So save a couple $100 on the ticket, on the plane ticket. I am is it an introvert? I don't actually, it's not like a medically diagnosed thing, but I do hate going outside, unless it's like a pool or anything water related, like a water park. I hate going outside, truly. Like I go grocery shopping, but I don't like going places. I don't really like being around people, oddly enough, even though my life is on YouTube. Not anxiety, maybe probably just like a personality thing. I don't like doing it. So that's also a thing. But my wife actually is kind of like that too, but it's her grandmother, so she's more inclined to do it. This is all over the place. I'm sorry, but you guys this is a more intimate chat, isn't it? Why didn't Lily Rose not make an appearance? So I honestly think they just didn't want to drag his daughter in. Like, I get it. She could have come up and said, I hate you. Like, just said, how do you feel about Amber? Oh, I despise her. Have you always despised her? No, I liked her for like a month, and then I hated her guts. Like, you could do that. I do think it was classless, scummy for Amber to keep bringing in the kids, keep bringing in Jerry Judge, who's dead. Keep bringing in these people that basically can't speak for themselves. Oh, the kids loved me. Oh, I love them. Funny story, I actually protected them from Johnny. I actually watched over them when he was a monster. It's like, nothing would actually upset me more if I was Johnny Depp than that. You know what I mean? There's no reason to say those things. She's just saying it to get under his skin. So I would have liked Lily Rose to come up and say, I effing hate you. I hate your guts. You're an evil person. You've always been evil. I would have liked that, but she's what, 22, 23. I'm 25, but it's like, keep her out of it. Keep her out of it. She's rooting for her dad. You don't need to do it. You don't need to say anything. The jury probably knows that's a low blow. You know what I mean? It just is. I'm with Johnny Depp, but I'm afraid the woman/victim card is, I just don't think in this case, because like you can, okay, how do I want to say it? So, and I've been pretty clear on like the MeToo movement and stuff, right? In terms of like, I support the idea that like victims should be heard, right? I'm not saying victims shouldn't be heard, but I do believe in like innocent until proven guilty and all that stuff. So in terms of like the victim stuff, I truly believe you can still be on like the right side of history here, right? If you want to be part of these activist groups where it's like you can support women and also not support Amber, because Amber's not standing up for the principles of Me Too. Really is just, it should be that everybody should be heard. Me Too meaning women too, because men were kind of always given the benefit of the doubt. Now the issue is you don't want the pendulum to swing the other side, which it has. So originally it was men were always to be believed because of whatever you want to say. Now now women immediately should be believed, and that's not how you do it. So as I've said, I am perfectly fine with this happening in the world, because this should show that the Me Too movement is very flawed in terms of the current narrative of it, right? So how does that apply to the whole victimhood, right? Woman equals victim card. So I think the people that are still on of Believe Amber, it's time we believe Amber. Remember that article that was floating around? It's time to believe Amber. These people didn't watch the trial. None of these people ever actually do the research. Never. And that should scare you about politics. That should scare you about real life things, because this is unilateral. This happens everywhere. They get their headline. They get their catchy thing, which is normally like Amber's sound bites, or she feeds them information, and they write their article. They're not looking at the evidence. They didn't listen to the Australia tapes, which weren't played in the court, but that doesn't mean you can't go looking for it. You can go listen to the Australia tapes where Amber admits to doing it, and Dr. Kipper says she's experiencing guilt. She's guilty. You can watch that and say, oh, shoot, she cut off his finger. And so then when she tells a completely other story that she didn't do that, you can say, oh, she's lying. She's purposely manipulating, right? So you can do that and still be an activist, a feminist, whatever you want to call yourself. You can be those things and still not side with her. And then in terms of, are we worried that the victim card, or because she's a woman, literally because she's a woman, Me Too, all that stuff, does that mean she immediately wins? To these People magazines, Variety, Eve Barlow, to these losers, she would win. But they're not stuck in court. They don't actually participate. The people, sadly, these jury members, stuck in this hellhole that they call a courtroom for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? They can't leave. They don't want to be there. Nobody wanted to do this, right? Except for Johnny and people that wanted justice for Johnny Depp. But you know what I mean, right? The jury doesn't want to be there. They have a life. They don't want to be restricted to not go on the internet, right? These jury members sitting there, they've actually heard it all. They've seen it. Now, actually, they've actually not heard it and seen it all. There's actually more that makes Amber look even worse. But they've seen enough. They've seen enough to actually make her look horrible. And that's all the people still, one more time, people that are still on Amber's side are the radical activists of whatever kind. And that's it. That's it. That's all they are. And they're doing it for the movement. Because as I've said, actually, I said it, I think last week, maybe the week before, these people live or die by the movement. They do. You can't stop supporting the movement if you're in it that deep like they are, because that's their whole life. That's their whole meaning for life, is they're this ultra feminist where only women can be. They're just like Dawn Hughes. Only women can be abused and only men can be the abuser. That's it. That's what these people believe. Now, they're not going to look at the evidence because the evidence, weirdly enough, goes against their narrative. So they can't take into consideration the evidence. And they don't have to, because they're not in the courtroom, right? So everybody else that's in the courtroom, they have to play it by the rules. And that's too bad for Amber, because if people didn't have to play by the rules, then she'd be fine. But they do have to play by the rules, and so she's in huge trouble. Johnny said he wouldn't come back to Pirate 6 for the quote he had, but he didn't say what specifically would get him to come back. My guess would be a good script or an apology. Yeah, so that's a good thing, John. That's literally my line. I get the exaggeratory way that he spoke. I think it's funny. I also think there is a level of seriousness to it. But I do think if they were to apologize, like a legit because I do actually agree. He said what wouldn't get him to come back, but he didn't say what would. So like a follow-up question is, well, like, what could they do to get you back? Well, they could start by apologizing publicly and to me. Come to me, call me. Literally call me and tell me you're sorry and you can't believe how sorry you are. Also, I want to see on social media that you apologized. On Twitter, on Instagram, apologize to me. Do it. Do it. Then I want a lot of money. I want a ton of money for Pirate 6. I also want creative control back because you were going to give me creative control for Pirate 6 and then you took it away. Luna. My doggy gets so excited. Be quiet, Luna. You're very loud. My dog's a barker. She's a smaller dog, a West Highland White Terrier, so she likes to talk. Well, bark in this way. Hey, Alex, hope you were well today. I'm doing good, Epic. How about you, buddy? It's been quite a day. It's been a sad day, but it's been a good day. I'm actually going to make a video on Summer Game Fest, Detective Cobra. We'll talk about what games are going to be there. Camille was on fire today. She has 0. Camille was out for blood. Camille clearly cares. You know what I mean? Like, and I said that in the video earlier today. Camille clearly, unlike Amber's team, who, you know, they really are just there for the client, right? I don't think they really like each other all that much. I don't think they like Amber all that much. They're there for a paycheck, and they're there for their 15 minutes of fame that Elaine likes to throw around. That's why they're there. And you can tell Johnny's team is not there for I mean, they do get paid handsomely, but they're not there for that. You know what I mean? Camille has been with him for years, the UK, all that. Camille's been there forever. So I really think they all believe him. They know the truth. They know his truth, which is the truth, by the way. You know what I mean? So when she gets up there and she goes after Amber, that's not a lawyer, you know, putting on an act to go out. That's legitimately she hates Amber, just like all of us. She hates Amber. You know what I mean? And you have to, and I agree, like Nick Rekieta would say this too, you have to treat Amber like that. Like, you can't go up there and say, oh, we're so sorry this happened, because she's not a victim. She's making it all. So you can't treat her like some, you know, burned person, right? Some person that it's like, well, he did it, but he didn't really do it that bad, right? Like, you're kind of over-exaggerating, but he did hit you multiple times. He just didn't hit you that hard. You're not going at her for that. You're going at her for, you are a scumbag. Like, you're scum. You lied. You're making this stuff up. And look, you can be redeemed. I know some people earlier were mad I was calling her a demon. I mean, firstly, it is somewhat of a joke, but secondly, like, I'm not here to hate just to hate, but like Amber, realistically, if she were to apologize and take ownership, I think she would get a lot of respect back to her, because but the thing is, she doesn't apologize. Instead, she triples down. She makes up news stories. She ruins a man's life. She goes up on stand and makes it even worse. Like, she doesn't accept help. She doesn't think she has a problem. She fakes tests, right? So it's like, why would I treat her good? Why would I treat her like a human being? I'm going to treat her like a demon, because that, like, if she accepted help and she apologized, then I'll treat her better. But until she stops, I mean, why would I treat her better? Why does she deserve something like that? And by the way, I've never talked about threats or attacking her. I've never tweeted to her. I've never tweeted like Eve Barlow. Maybe I should, but I'm not tweeting to anybody. I'm not sending things in the mail. I'm not even going there and booing her. You know, it's like I don't know. People are weird. It's the first time too, by the way. Today was the first time people had like a problem with how I was talking about Amber. I don't get it, but I respect difference of opinions. Actually, by the way, like I really don't care. It's just odd because I've never seen that before. What do you think was worse, the Ezra Miller situation, Johnny Depp trial, or Will Smith's slap? Well, Ezra has done some horrible things, so I think Ezra deserves a lot of punishment. The Johnny Depp trial, well, Johnny Depp's innocent, right? So in terms of like, well, Amber, I think, is the worst. The Will Smith slap is kind of like everything wrong with Hollywood. You don't assault somebody over a joke. You don't slap somebody over a joke. But the wrath that Hollywood has like provided now to Will Smith is overkill, way overkill compared to Harvey Weinstein, compared to what they let slide with Ezra Miller, with Amber Heard, and then they do that stuff to Will Smith over a slap. Like, I do not support the slap at all. I think it was a stupid move, and you don't do that. But the wrath of Hollywood is like, again, overcorrecting. They're going too far. When it's like Harvey didn't even get his Oscars revoked, and yet Will is like banned. It's just odd. But that's what Hollywood is. Hollywood's scum. They're scum. It was weird that when Amber saw one photo when Johnny had a mark near her eye, and said it was photoshopped, and now we know that, and how we know that her photos wasn't photoshopped. Yeah. The whole photo thing. Like, they always play double games, right? So, like, Johnny's was photoshopped. Hers wasn't. She doesn't know how to Photoshop things, so it could not ever be. It's always those things. Oh, she didn't leak it to TMZ. Oh, but if she did leak it, this is her words, if I did leak it, I would have done it better than that. So, wait a second. So, you do know how to leak it? Because you just said you did. So, you know how to leak it. Well, you say you don't know how to leak it, but then you say, well, you know what? If I were going to crush him, I would have leaked it a lot better than that. So you can leak it then. And you just admit. Yeah, it's like that is what people that get caught in these things do, right? They say, well, if I was going to do this, wouldn't I have done it better? No, you actually wouldn't have, because you're a coward. Normally, these kind of people are afraid of going to the cops because they're not actual There are reasons victims are also afraid to go to police and stuff, but people like Amber are also afraid because they know they could get caught, right? So they're not going to do it. So somebody like Amber can just sit back and say, oh, well, if I was going to do this, don't you think I would have done it a lot better? No, because you never thought you'd be caught. You thought you could get away with it all, and then when he did catch you and he brought you to a trial that you never thought you would get to, all your lies were revealed. So no, you actually wouldn't have done it better. I guess, yes, you probably would have done it better if you knew in the moment that he would take you here. But if you never thought he would take you here, you're going to be lazy about it because it's not real. None of it's real. And then the stuff that you try to paint as real, you literally have to Photoshop it. You have to provide same images for two different events. You have to lie about everything. So clearly, it's funny. So glad she admitted that she wrote the op-ed about Johnny. Yeah, Camille smiled a lot today. She was like, just gotcha. Did you just say what I thought you said? Check. And she was like checking things. It was maybe she has a box and she's just checking boxes, literally checking boxes. But she did. She smiled quite a lot today. She's like, gotcha. Yeah. Didn't think we'd get you to say it, but here you are. You're that stupid. We did it. Hey, Alex, Camille's cross today was a thing of beauty, eh? Agreed. 42 games, agreed. It was wonderful. Oh boy, I'm so behind. I'm gonna rapid fire, and I know every time I say that, I never actually do it, so let's try. I'm actually worried about the verdict. I've heard multiple things about the jury, like yesterday, apparently one jury member still being on Amber's side. I believe the jury has to agree unanimously. Yeah, so that, just, well, I already said it. Go back maybe and watch earlier in the live stream. There is the one woman, I don't remember her number, 5 or 6. She is a little scary in terms she could be Team Amber, but again, I think people are missing this. Like, it does have to be unanimous. So you have to agree. So if it's 6v1, you either end on a draw, which is highly unlikely the judge would call it, or, well, firstly, you get the two sides to try to bring the other side over. So if it's 6 people that like Johnny and say he wins, and it's one Amber supporter, you can put your feet in the ground all you want and stay there for days, but it's like, just agree. And you have to. Otherwise, you have to get all 7 to agree with Amber. And one person out of 9, really 7, but say 9 and all because of the alternates, they're not going to get everybody to go onto their side. Does that make sense? So I'm not that worried about that, to be honest. Has anyone noticed that Amber actually said today on witness stand she hasn't been smiling, smirking? Yeah, that was disgusting. He's been smirking and laughing, and I haven't been doing any of it. Literally yesterday, you were giving him some of the most dirty, like, laughing, smiley looks I've ever seen in this trial. You were literally doing it yesterday. So what are you talking? Cameras were on you, Amber. It's a joke. How did you like the Gotham Knights Discord Q&A? It was pretty okay. They did the video on it. It was fine. I thought they'd answer more questions, and they didn't answer more questions, so I was a little upset about that, but no, it was pretty okay. Dark Nightmare, what's up? Your Pirates videos are what made me subscribe years ago. You stuck to your guns and never turned your back on Johnny. Thanks, man. No, I mean, yeah, and I've tried to make this clear because it's important. Like, if there was evidence that he hit her, like, because I don't want... The people, again, that are Team Amber, I truly just think are biased. And I don't think, even though there are so many people on Johnny Depp's side, I really don't think they're biased because, like, the evidence supports them. So maybe they're biased, but it's because of the evidence. So I don't want to come across it like, because I've loved Pirates, because I love Jack Sparrow. I have always liked Johnny Depp. He's always been my favorite actor. Pirates is my favorite franchise. I've watched him in a lot of things growing up. into my teens, into my 20s. I mean, I do like him. So going into this, like, I am more inclined to believe him. But again, if there was evidence he did something, I mean, I'd turn my back on him. I'd say, you're kind of bad. You know what I mean? I think you can separate art from artists in a way where it's like I can still respect your acting credibility as like Jack Sparrow. You know what I mean? Like I'd say, well, you're still really good as Jack. The Pirates movies are still really good, but him as a person is tainted, and everything he would do in the future would be tainted, right? So, I'd like to throw that in because I don't think I'm biased. I don't. A person said today, like, I was simping for him. Like, I don't know. Just because I like Pirates, I'm simping for him? I don't know. Alex, what big games do you think will be I said it. I'm going to make a video instead of answering it here. I'm going to just make videos. Probably when this trial is over. I mean, obviously, I'm going to make a lot of gaming stuff. So we'll talk about Summer Game Fest middle of next week, most likely. And we'll probably live stream stuff about it as well. Wouldn't it just be awesome if Johnny showed up for Pirates 6 without Disney announcing it, just at the end, setting up for 7? So, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch a Pirates 6. It's tough. I've talked about my stipulations before, if he's in it or not. I wouldn't really accept a cameo. Like, if Disney's like, all right, we'll bring him back, 2-minute cameo. No, you were and here's the reason why. Johnny Depp literally said on stand, you were going to make a 6th movie to say goodbye to these characters. So we were going to get a proper goodbye to Jack, Elizabeth, and if he comes back, say they actually make a Pirates 6, yes, there is no guarantee they can get everybody back again, right? It is possible that doesn't happen. But, I mean, like, I'm not seeing it unless it is the goodbye to Jack Sparrow with him as a central character. He doesn't have to be the main character, but he needs to be in the main cast. He does. I'm not watching a Pirates 6 without him, for sure. And I'm also probably not watching a Pirates 6 but under your thing, like if he showed up at the end to do a 7, but then why wouldn't you have just made it 6? Is that I'm not going after you. You know what I mean? If he shows up at the end of 6 to set up a 7, sure, I would see 7, but it's like, why just make a 6 with him in it? Unless you're considering Margot Robbie's stuff, but I don't know. Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase is on June 12th. I know, and I'm going to live stream it. I'm excited. I'm going to make videos, live stream, all that stuff. If Johnny comes back to Pirates, it's only if, 1, they apologize, 2, give him writing cred, 3, let him... nailed it. Nailed it. That's exactly it. Apologize, creative freedom, and proper story to Jack. That's it. That's all you have to do. Really, you give him the same amount of... Like, yes, would I like it if Johnny said, I want $50 million? Of course. But is that realistic? No. You know what I mean? Give him the money, give him his rate, which is like, what, 20, 25 million, somewhere in that 22 and a half. Give him the money. He gets back-end pay for when the movie does well, right? So if the movie does well in the box office, he gets more money. And that's it. Apologize. Let him write it with, the writing team. And that's it. I mean, it's really all you need to do. I really don't think it's as... I know because of the quote, the 300 million and 1 million alpacas, I know because of that it's so outlandish. But it really, in my opinion, it's really not. It's not that nuts. It really isn't. Blackmailing and extortion is abuse, my guy. Yeah, I mean, she did some bad stuff. She did some real bad stuff. Only 7 jurors will vote out of 9 for Johnny to win. They have to be unanimous. Yes. Will the verdict be tomorrow? No, probably not. Like we said, so tomorrow, by the time the jury, to boil it down, because there's going to be like closing arguments, I'll make a video tomorrow. By the time closing arguments are done, and then they actually do when the jury goes back to talk, they will most likely have 2 to 3 hours until they want to go home because dinner is not provided, which is funny. So dinner is not provided. So realistically, I mean, if they want to go home 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, they'll have 3, maybe 4 hours left to deliberate. So could you reach a verdict in 4 hours? Yeah, you probably could. Will they? It depends if they stay that long because they could stay 2 or 3 or 4. Right, so if they leave early, if they only do like 2 hours and they pack it up for until Tuesday, there would be no verdict. So it is possible, but I would honestly, and I'm no lawyer, right? I've never been through this. I'd say probably like 10% chance. 10% chance. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. All day tomorrow. When it makes sense, I'll be ready. But I don't think it's gonna happen tomorrow, to be honest with you. So Tuesday morning, I'll just be sitting here. My family will be back. My wife and daughter, they'll be back. And my wife will be at work. My daughter's on summer vacation, so she'll just be hanging out. And I will stare like this. And I'll have the video recorder up, and it'll be facing my face, and you'll get my reaction when the verdict comes in. It's innocent until proven guilty. Listen to victims, sure, but if you want to go public to tarnish someone's name, you better be damn sure to have evidence. Listen and believe blindly leads us to JD now. Yeah, I mean, speak the truth. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. You're innocent until you're guilty. I mean, I don't know why as a society we have flipped that. It's scary. It's wrong. It's part of, you have that, and then you also have cancel culture, all in kind of like the same plane of existence. That's just evil. So you have like the guilt. So you have when you do something, you're guilty. You're not innocent. You're guilty. And then if we find you to be innocent later, well, maybe that happens. But most likely you're just going to be guilty. And then on the same plane, we have cancel culture where if you've ever done anything bad, you are kicked off the face of the earth. You're not allowed to live. And there's no redemption arc. You can't ask for forgiveness. You can't change and become better. You can't rehab your life. You're done. And those two things are not the same, but they both are birthed from the same thing, in my opinion, like as a society, which is an issue, a huge issue. Obviously, it's a bigger issue. Cancel culture, obviously, is a bigger issue for people online, but online really affects a lot. Like, you're seeing examples now of people that get, like, their bank accounts frozen if they're, like, an online figure, and you say, oh, well, they just got fired from their YouTube channel got shut down, but they can still go work outside. Well, actually, now sometimes those people's bank accounts get frozen, so they can't actually make money. So now you actually are killing them. You're literally canceling them. So you have to be like even somebody like me, it is definitely more dangerous for someone like me because my livelihood is online. So if you cancel me from being online, you have effectively I can still live my life, maybe, depends on the circumstance, but you've canceled me from my livelihood, which again, people don't think. Most people in that Twitter kind of mob, they don't think. And they've never had it happen to them, but then they start turning on each other, right? The vultures attack each other, and then they all die. Not literally. The movement just blows up because they go after each other. It's fun to watch if you're outside of it. If you have no stake in the game, it's fun to watch. Oh, boy. Star Wars did have an interesting announcement today. Yeah, I saw the Andor trailer. Actually pretty okay. I'm a fan of good old Cassian. I like Rogue One. Rogue One is one of my more favorite Star Wars. Definitely the best Disney one they made. She admitted to writing the op-ed slip. Yes, she did. So she admitted to writing the op. Now, I don't think that's as big of a deal as it was going into. So, like, going into the trial, they did try at first to be like, it's not about Johnny. Are you nuts? Who said it was about Johnny? Amber? Amber said it was about Johnny. No, it was never about Johnny. Like, that was the beginning. But it is a big deal. Amber literally saying, yeah, I wrote this because of him. It's like, yeah, moron. Like, you just said it. Like, that's a stupid move for you to announce it. But I think we've moved as the court case has gone on. Clearly, the op-ed is about Johnny. Now it's just, did she defame him? So her admitting that it was about him does that make sense? It is a big deal, but it's not as big of a deal as it was like a week before the trial started, because now everybody including Amber kind of is already in the know. You know what I mean? Detective Cobra, thanks, buddy. Jeff is going to be making millions and billions very soon because he's doing I know he's crushing it. Jeff Keighley is coming in hot. He really is. I love Jeff. I want to talk to him one day. That'd be a dream. Do you think Johnny Depp will ever do a huge blockbuster movie again? Yes, I truly do. If it's not Pirates 6, then I do think he'll get a blockbuster film that'll make like hundreds of millions of dollars. I do believe that. She wrote it because he was too yeah. I mean, like, and that sounds bad too. I said that in the earlier video. Saying out loud that you know that all these people are going to come out of the woodwork to protect him, maybe that then is a problem with you. Like, if you have people that come out to support him and you're going to call every single one of them liars, suddenly you're starting to wonder, well, are you the problem or is it him and his entourage? Because it sounds like it's you and you should get lost. And she's realizing that. Johnny's my favorite actor, by the way. My favorite movie all the time is Blow. Blow, yeah. He's my favorite actor too. The The Secret Window. Remember last week I couldn't remember the movie that I was talking about where he has like dual personalities and he actually is like the bad guy of the movie? Secret Window. I think that's the movie's name. I saw it on my TV. It said I could rent it. And I was like, oh, it heard me. Firstly, my TV heard me. Secondly, I was telling my audience about that. Oh boy. Hi, Diasuko. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I know I've seen you around, so I don't want to butcher your name. You correct me if I'm wrong. Diasuko. I hope that's how you say it. How long do you think until we finally hear Johnny Depp's cast for any certain movie, even an indie movie after the trial? Probably, honestly, a few weeks. Like, I would not be surprised if by the end of June we got an announcement for multiple things. Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B, has boarded Beetlejuice 2, bringing a new sense of life to the project. The sequel remains in early development with a script yet to be written. Yeah, there was the rumors that Johnny was going to get cast in that. That would be fun. I have no interest in watching a Beetlejuice 2 because it's kind of unnecessary. You know what I mean? But, if they're going to do it, why not put Johnny Depp in it? That would make me watch it. To be flat out honest, it would. Amber stated that the trials and hashtags hurt her pretty badly emotionally. It's amazing that defending yourself can be considered hurting. So yeah, and again, you're just letting the jury know that nobody likes you. Like by saying that by saying that all these hashtags have gotten to you and that millions and millions and millions of people are part of this, aren't you telling the jury that millions of people support him and believe him? I don't really think that's something you should say out loud because now haven't you just given up that, that they're on his side? So that was probably a stupid thing to say, and she said it multiple times. Camille could have caught Amber better today. Yeah, she left a couple things, but I think she did fine. No, better than fine. I think Camille did lights out. So no second trailer for the counter trial. No second trial for the counter lawsuit. No, it's kind of all combined into one. Calling Amber again was devastating. It was, but it was sure fun. She does no wrong in her eyes. Yeah, she's the victim. She's the victim, but remember, she doesn't call herself the victim because she's not. Everyone is lying but Amber. Yep. Believe me, don't believe literally like the 30 other people you've heard. Kate Moss, a liar. The guy who owns the Hicksville Palace, liar. TMZ guy who came out, lie. Like all these people that really have no stick in the game, or I don't even know what's the line. People that really have nothing to do with this, that really are just trying to make things right. Not even make things right, but like they have something that could help because it's the truth and they were there. They all happen to be on Johnny's side, weirdly enough. My one dog's just lying on the floor. Oh, she's pretty funny. Whitney in court looks scary. Whitney looks like quite something. Did you catch the Legal Bites DUI drama? No one wants to talk about it. I would love to talk about it if I knew what it was. Nobody is really talking about it, so I don't really know the drama. I think it's because when the TMZ guy dropped the bomb, dropped the bomb when he went back at Elaine, the DUI guy did like some like shrieking expression. And did Legal Bites not like that? But like now he's not allowed on her. I don't watch Legal Bites. She seems fine to me. I like the DUI guy like better. I like him whenever he's on Nick Rekieta. I like Nick Rekieta as kind of like the overall, kind of like the leader of the group, right? But I really like the DUI guy. Legal Vices, he's awesome. Legal Mindset, I really like him. I really liked, and I never remember his name. The older guy, the gray-haired guy who's on Nick Rekieta, he's good. The guy who always has like the web seminars, he's good. He has some funny little lines here and there. I haven't met, but I've been watching a lot of legal lawyers. Andrea Burkhart, is that how you say her last name? She's awesome, right? She's one of my favorites. I mean, there's just a lot of good people and good lawyers that that have some cool content that I would never have known. I knew Nick Rekieta before. I knew who he was long before this, but a lot of the other ones I didn't know, and I've come to like a lot. I mean, I've added a lot of new people that I watch on YouTube. Like I have my list of who I watch on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, but to be honest with you, I watch a lot of YouTube. It's not like I just do this stuff and then peace out. I watch a ton of different I watch hockey stuff. I watch cooking stuff. I watch gaming stuff of all different kinds. I watch legal stuff. I mean, I watch all sorts. And now I have like a new like 5-6 channels I can kind of add to my, hey, are they talking about anything I care about? Nate the Lawyer is pretty okay. Emily Baker, I'm not as much of a fan of as other people, but she's okay. Not to go off track. Maybe you guys have never heard of any of these people, but but I feel like you maybe have heard of some of them, right? What do we do if he loses? I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. Get mad. I'll get mad. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do. There's going to be no threats. There's going to be no attacks. There's going to be, you know what I mean? I want to make that very clear. YouTube, I love your passion. Thank you. I doubt she would have changed anything as she won in the UK. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the UK boosted her ego, where it's like, I can keep going. I can actually make these stories worse for myself. I can make them bubble up even more because I won one, so of course I'm going to win the other. So let's just keep adding to these stories. And it doesn't work like that, Amber. Heart from Paris. Well, thank you. I think you're a good person. Thank you. I like Johnny Depp, always have. Back in Jump Street. 21 Jump Street is actually one of the things I care least about in terms of his entire history as an actor, funny enough. I would prefer like Nightmare on Elm Street, other random things he did in the 90s and stuff, which is funny. Let's see. We all need, after all, a break after her life. I need a break. I do need a break. Who do you think should replace Amber and Aquaman? Emilia Clarke. Truly, I don't even say that because of like the fan shipping. Emilia Clarke is she's not a great actor. Well, okay, no, she is. I mean, it's Daenerys. She's good in Game of Thrones. I don't think she's an incredible, like the best actress of all time, but she's definitely serviceable and good. And her chemistry with Momoa is off the charts. It's real. It feels real, right? And I think they do love each other. They're not in love with each other. They love each other. So I really would cast Emilia Clarke as Mera. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to do that. So yeah, I truly hope they do. They should. Good morning from Finland. Oh my God, I'm streaming so late that I'm getting people from places I've never gotten people from before because it's morning for them. Don't you think both Amber Heard's and Johnny Depp's careers are ruined due to this whole show? Aren't they just too risky to? I don't think so, because Johnny's kind of redeemed. I truly believe that, because like, you don't think other celebrities have had bad text or have drinking or alcohol or drug problems? A lot of celebrities have all of those things. So I think this was a vindication for Johnny Depp. I think he'll be back. I also think Hollywood is a money-hungry machine that values money. You just can't go over the line like they thought that Johnny Depp did. So once it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, you have drug and drinking problems, but you're not an abuser. Oh, and you have a fandom, honestly, unlike almost any other kind of fandom. And we know we can make so much money off of you, so we're hiring you back. That really is how Hollywood is. So I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a studio now, tomorrow, Tuesday, if he wins, you're like, well, I mean, he's vindicated. He's good. He's going to bring us a boatload of money. All we have to do is apologize. That's it. We just have to apologize. Or maybe we never, if you're certain studios, they never, messed with him in the first place. You don't even have to apologize. You could just hire him now. You know what I mean? Was that nailed it? A Psych reference? Nailed it? Almost nailed it? At least didn't blow it? Oh, I don't know. I don't watch Psych, so I don't think it was a reference. Johnny's going to win. God, I hope so. Robert Downey Jr. is said to be trying. Yes, I saw that. That would be awesome. I heard that too. You are great. Thank you. Make a Dalmatian remake. 101 alpacas. Oh my God. Hey man. Hey Chosen One. Chosen One. I don't know why I said it like that. How's it going? Nice to see you here. I can also say the same to you, taking Amber Turd as a client. It was classic. What's the real power of Johnny Depp? It's sincerity. Yeah, it's being real. Do you know how hard it is? And because I say this all the time, like, I don't like celebrities. The funniest thing about me with Johnny Depp is, like, he's the only one. And he's also said some stuff and done some stuff that I don't agree with, which is fine. But, like, if you've watched my videos before the trial, I actually hate, like, Hollywood. I hate, like, the Hollywood elite is what I call. A lot of people call them that, right? But, like, the Hollywood elite, I mean, these are people that live in their ivory castles. that think they know us, the working class, right, the normal people. They think they know us. They think they're better than us, and they give us like life advice of who to vote for or what to believe in on a day-to-day basis or this or that. They just think they're better. And so largely I hate all of them. But like for Johnny Depp, it's like, even if he were to then do that, like over the next couple, which I hope he doesn't, because it would, it would affect some things. But even if he does that, through this trial, I really feel like we've learned who he is. I truly believe he's a good-hearted person. Just can you say normal person for somebody who's like 100+ millionaire? You know what I mean? It's hard to say it. But if there's like any celebrity I believe is more of like a working man who like isn't gonna tell you what to do, doesn't think they're better than you, it's him. Out of any, really, I do believe that. Out of most, there are a handful of celebrities I do like, and I don't think they're all evil. I think most of them are, though. I think most of them are bad. And yeah, that's how I feel. Hopefully that didn't upset people. Do you think this will be made into a movie? There's been jokes about it. I could see it. I don't think it should be, but I think it could. Your dog is mounted on top of the couch, ready to attack. Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah, both of them do that. They like the, see that brown part? It's a long blanket. It's a long blanket along the couch. Growing up, I had a dog, a nice doggy. He died back in September. It was very sad. But my parents wouldn't let him on the couch. So if he got on the couch, we'd have to bring his blanket up and put it on the couch. When I moved in with Christy, my wife and all that, any dog we have, they are allowed to go on the couch. So that's how that works, if you care. If the jury came back in a deadlock, like a stalemate, would you be surprised? Honestly, this shouldn't take too long. Yeah. So, okay, so I don't think you can't, like, if they are in a stalemate, then it's just over. Then it's like a no decision, like, call. Number one, I don't think the judge will do that because there has to be some attempt to get the other side to agree with you for the jury. So, like, I don't think the judge is just going to call it. Number two, what did you say? Would you be surprised? I mean, I would be surprised. Honestly, this shouldn't take too long. And I don't think it'll take too... Honestly, I don't. I don't think it'll take too long. Becky, thank you again. Jesus, I appreciate you a lot. Runkle of the Bailey. Yeah, so I like him. I like him a lot. I didn't like some of his, I'll just be honest, because people can say they don't like me, that's whatever. He said some stuff about the jury, like, in the first couple of days he was there that was, like, odd. I think he put too much stock in, like, one witness, or when he said, like, Josh Drew pretty much, like, killed Johnny's case. And it's like, I know you're just looking at the jury and just kind of basing it off what you see, but, like, I think people were a little too trigger happy the first couple days they were looking at the jury, where it's like one witness can completely win them over, when I don't think that's how it went. So I didn't like that comment, but not that I didn't like it, I just didn't agree with it, which is fine. But he's a nice dude. He seems nice. I like him. Like I said, I like a lot of the people that show up on Nick's stream. Nick Rekieta is, like, I think the best kind of like overlord of it. But Runkle's cool. Legal Vices, Legal Mindset, and Andrea are probably my top three. After Nick, those three are good. Emily has rainbow hair. Never trust the rainbow hair. Yeah, I like her. I think she kind of tries to play it too in the middle, like where she doesn't want to kind of say or come off like she's going with anybody. I think she's Team Depp, right? But she doesn't come across. And it's at the same. I respect that, in a way where it's like you don't want to, make the decision unless something makes you make the decision. But I feel like she plays it a little too much. But again, these are people that do amazing work. These are people that seize the opportunity to make, Emily's channel grew by like 400,000 people in the last month. I mean, like, praises to her. You know what I mean? So these are just small complaints. I don't hate any of these people. If I had any of these people on my channel, I would throw a party. I mean, I'd be honored. I'd be honored to be on their show or for them to be on my show. So, like, take these criticisms with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? They all seem like good people. Good, believable, like, actual people, which you can't say for Amber or anybody associated with Amber. Are her lawyers really ignoring her? They seem to have the Depp chemistry. Lily Rose replace Amber. I don't think they're ignoring her. I think, like I said earlier, you can tell Amber's side doesn't have like the camaraderie that Johnny's side. Like, they don't feel like they're all in it together. Are we going to see who wins the court case tomorrow? Hopefully you saw hopefully you heard my comments on that. I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. So we'll, if it happens, so here's the deal. I'll go a little bit longer. I have nothing else to do. Number one, leave a like. We're still going to go. Let me reiterate. We're still going to keep going live stream. Leave a like if you haven't already. Number two, if you want to support me anywhere else, they're all in the description. My Twitter, I'd love you guys to support me there. My second channel, we have Patreon. We have YouTube memberships if you guys want to support us there. Super chats obviously help a lot if you guys want to donate in that way. Also, tomorrow, once the closing arguments are done, most likely I'll do a video. If he wins, or no matter what happens in the verdict, if the verdict is tomorrow, I would probably immediately do a live stream. If the verdict is Tuesday, I may live stream tomorrow. I may not. Tuesday, I would live stream and probably do a video on it. Does that make sense? That's a lot of stuff. I really want a live stream to talk to you guys about the verdict. I also want a video to kind of like make my mark on the channel. So I want to do both. But again, like, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow or not. So I'll be ready. I mean, I'm just going to, again, I'll be on my computer. It's a work day. I do other videos, like gaming stuff. But, I will, really, I listen to the trial. Anytime there's a break, I record the other videos of the day. That's what I've been doing for 5 weeks. It's annoying. Honestly, it's burning me out, and it's making me very stressed. And so I want this trial to end for my own health and sanity. But I wouldn't change anything. So, yeah, I am ready for it to be done, though, because I want to kind of get back into, I don't have to watch a goddamn trial for 7 hours every day. I can do other videos more consistently. I have done other videos, but surprisingly, I've done a lot of other videos. If Camille Vasquez played Mara in Aquaman 2, hats off to Warner Bros. Hats off. She will declare bankruptcy to not pay up. She sure will. Sony plans to be done with the PS4. Yes, I saw that. Quite something. Mandalorian Season 3, February 2023. Yep. Excited, hopefully. Bo-Katan being the villain. Oh, boy, that'll be interesting. Please don't kill her. Please. I beg you. Unfortunately, I doubt Hollywood would learn from their mistakes. Disney has fired and rehired a lot of people. Gina from Mando, James Gunn, Johnny, so I'm just waiting for their next thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Johnny, I think, will come back. But they won't learn the mistake on the next. Like, yes, I agree. Like, they'll do this for somebody else. Like, this will still happen, or for another reason, which is sad, very sad. I don't think they've learned their lesson fully, but I do think he'll be brought back. You are way more interesting than Amber because you're not full of bed presents. Oh my god. Hey, where'd it go? Hey, Alex, when are you planning on making the video about magical beasts inside Hogwarts Legacy, and when we'll interact? Yes, I want to do it. I want to do it, and I will do it. Like I said, I've been a little busy. But no, I will. I want to make a video on Fantastic Beasts. I didn't like what Depp said about President Trump. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of talking about, I won't say the words because of YouTube. Wasn't a fan of it, or any president for that matter, right? So that wasn't good. But like I said, I mean, I still believe the guy's real. I still believe he's a real guy who won't think for me or doesn't think he can think for me. Also, someone who's in Johnny Depp's position, like I've said, someone who's in Johnny Depp's position, why would he think he's better than anybody else? Because he's lived through this. And also, he was kind of saved by the fans. Because if he didn't have fans... Here's another sad reality of the situation. If he wasn't Johnny Depp, okay, and he didn't have the fandom he did, this would never have happened. This case, Amber would have done all that stuff. He would have lost everything. And he would never have even been able to tell his story. So that, in terms of, again, believing in my heart that Johnny Depp's like a real person, how could he ever think the way other Hollywood elites think of the community, the general populace, when it's like without them? Now, this is the case for any of them. The funny thing is, again, they think they're better than us and they think that they can tell us what to do or what to think. Without people watching movies and television, these Hollywood elite would be nothing. They're literally They literally act for a living. They put on which is not to undersell the art. It's not, because it's an important one. Escapism. It's also hard. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Also, by the way, employs millions of other people for cast and crew and all this stuff, right? But they would be nothing without us. But the thing is, they don't really think of that. They don't really think, oh, well, they're actually the ones who pay for our movies to be made. But I think someone like Johnny, hopefully he knows that part, but also now he knows, without the fans, I'd be so screwed. I'd be screwed. There would be no justice for Johnny Depp movement. You know what I mean? So I believe that he would think that in his head. I want to believe that. Hello, Dragon Pisces. What's up? Elaine at the Ranger premiere was it opera? Was that ever confirmed it was her? Because it looked like her, but I could never be sure. I just had spicy miso ramen. Oh my god. Did you make it or did you go out for it? Because that sounds legit. I had Qdoba. Depp seems like someone who remembers. Christy doesn't like it, so I got it for myself. Depp seems like someone who remembers what it means to be a nobody. Right. That's a good other way of saying it. I think he remembers what it was like to come from nothing and work, which a lot of them don't. Just the thought that he took her from their honeymoon on the Orient Express and she managed to punch him. Yeah, I laugh, again, not at the act of being hit. I laugh at the hypocrisy. I like to always make that clear. Nothing's funny about this. And at the same time, again, let's criticize more people. The people online that are like, I can't believe the people making compilations and laughing at Johnny's quick remarks. Like, this is an abuse case. Look, okay? Life is tough. Life is hard. I'm not underselling abuse. I'm not underselling victims. I'm not underselling the situation. I get it's actually a pretty disgusting situation. I get that Amber's actually a pretty disgusting human being. I get that Johnny's been through a lot. There's nothing actually funny about it, but it is actually hilarious. Like, the individual moments. Because it's like, well, firstly, living without comedy or laughter is a quite sad life, at least for me. So I could never do that. Also, like, it doesn't undersell how important this is. You can understand that this is a abuse situation, getting justice for him, righting the wrongs of this movement that is good at its core but has spun out of control. You can believe all that stuff and feel that and also laugh at some things. Like, I don't think it's so, you know what I mean? When she makes up stories of him beating her to death, I laugh not because it's funny, not because real people they get beat to death, not because that's hilarious to me, but because it's funny that she thinks that she can sell that somebody will actually believe. You know what? That's why I laugh. And I think you guys get it. I really don't think there's a lot of confusion. I was worried. In the beginning, 5-6 weeks ago when I started making these videos. I was pretty worried when I would laugh in videos. I'd be like, ooh, are people going to get this? I'm not a monster. I'm not. Maybe I am. I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide. Should we have a trial for me? Maybe. Elaine bearing the German helmet haircut. Oh my god. Do you think they will clear things about the text messages? I hope, but also, does the jury care? And that's up for them to infer. You know what I mean? But I would like them to clear it up because it was incoming. It wasn't from his phone, which is an important distinction, Roddenborn. I'm hoping Johnny wins as much as I want Quidditch and Hogwarts Legacy. I'm pretty even with those two things too. Sly update. I believe it's September. You want to see real tears? Wait for him to win. You may get tears from me. You also want to see tears from me. Wait until a new Sly Cooper game is announced. You'll get tears. Also, wait for if you want tears from me. Wait until a Pirates 6 with Johnny Depp is announced. You'll also get tears from me. There's ways of making me cry. It's not impossible. You think I'm heartless, but they even announced a Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Yeah, I saw that. That kind of seems interesting because I like Jude Law, and I like John Watts. So, it's possible that will be good. Do you think if Johnny Depp wins, he would be okay accepting $1? Oh, yeah, in this case. I thought you meant like in future movies. Yes, in this case, I think he would. In this case, he would accept nothing. Money-wise, he'd accept nothing. I believe that. We'll go a little longer, maybe another like 10, 20 minutes. And then, like I said, tomorrow we'll do some stuff. I never saw a demon in real life until I saw Amber Turd. There we go. Always love hearing someone else's perspective. Hats off to you for posting daily about this trial. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Thank you. It's not uncharacteristic of me to post daily because I post 3 videos at minimum every day. Except for Saturday, Sundays, I post 2 videos a day. So I make too many videos, way too many videos. I get that. I know it's too much. I know it's overkill. But, to pat myself on the back, it's not uncommon for me to make daily videos because I've done it for like 3 years. But I have seen people happy with me or that like the fact that I'm talking about it daily, and I'm more than happy to. Like I said, it's burning me out, and I definitely want it to be over, and I don't think I could have kept... If I had to do this for another 6 weeks, I would stop. I legitimately would stop. I believe that. But considering it ends tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm more than happy to continue. I had it delivered. Oh, nice. From whom? From whom did you have it delivered? Elaine remembers a time when women did the dishes. Oh, my God. How do you feel about PlayStation doing a Horizon series on Netflix? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it, honestly. Could be good, could be really bad. So I'll wait to see everything else. Life sucks, get over it. Exactly. Honestly, at the end of the day, life is a miserable, horrible thing. You got to carve out your own happiness. You got to find joy in little things. You got to find joy in things that not everybody... so for me, I love pools. I love water, even though I don't drink enough actual liquid water. I love looking at it. So, I love water backgrounds. I love water itself. I love pools. I love water parks. More than almost anything do I love water parks. A good water park. Do I think that's crazy? Yes. Do I think that most people don't think the same way? Yeah, but I find joy in the little things. And I find joy in movies releasing. I find joy in games. I find joy in escapism, mainly, because I cover games for a living on the channel. You know what I mean? I like it when games release. I find joy in that. Does it stop the world from being an evil, unfair place? No. But will I play, Evil Dead the game, or The Quarry, or the new Mario Strikers? Yes. And I will escape. Do I like watching hockey? Yes. Even though my Buffalo Sabres have never done anything of significance, specifically the last 11 years. Hey, man, love your take on this. I've never been able to watch the trial live very much. What were the top parts of today, in your opinion? Well, firstly, thank you. Truly. Secondly, the cross. Camille's cross with Amber was killer. That's really it. I mean, the rest of it was kind of like damage control, right? You got to get Hughes to rehabilitate her. But Amber's cross was bringing up Amber is a horrible idea. Horrible idea, bringing up Amber. And then you just let Camille just take a sledgehammer. Camille has a sledgehammer in her trunk of the car she doesn't drive, but she does have it. And she was ready for this. So I was very happy with that. I agree, but Amber has no backing or few at this point. The person that is going to feel this is the worst is Whitney. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And Whitney has felt her wrath before. I feel bad for Whitney, but again, if Whitney doesn't... if Whitney goes up and says, hey, I love my sister to death. I will always protect her. She's lying. And I'm not going to cover for her. I'm going to tell the truth. And so let me tell you the true staircase. Do you know how much respect I'd have for her? Sure, Amber would probably take her in a back alley later. Again, joking, not joking, however you want to say. You know what I mean? It would be awful for her, but I'd have so much respect for Whitney. I would. And I do feel bad for her. But at the same time, she made the bed she lays in, just like Amber. So, I don't know. I'm glad people can find comedy on this, especially Johnny. He would need laughter to get through the hard time. Yeah. Ironically, I mean, he literally said that, right? And I'm not taking my quotes, by the way, from him, but it is he did say those kind of things. You can't live through this stuff and not escape through comedy, or you'll die. You'll literally die. Or he will, in this case, right? So it's yeah, some of those things are not the greatest things he said, but he needed to say, he needed to escape through comedy or let it out through comedy, or he was going to lose it. So I get it. I understand it. If Amber slapped Johnny, what do you think is going to happen to Whitney? Well, something bad. Everyone cries. Yes, I know. I was kidding. If Amber Turd wins, it's going to be crazy. Oh, boy. I heard rumors they may get rid of Amber and Aquaman 2 entirely. Yep, I covered that in a video actually. I hope so. I really hope so. Everyone cries but Amber. That's true. Amber doesn't cry. The thing is, if Amber loses, she won't get a job again. So if she loses and the jury put a large number on it, how will she ever pay? She has to like bankrupt herself, basically, I think is the boiled down version, right? Because she doesn't have the thing. What are your top games, like of all time or this year? Top game of all time is Uncharted 4. Top games this year are Elden Ring and Horizon. In the opposite order, Horizon, Elden Ring. F yes, go Buffalo. Yeah. Sabres fan for a long time. Bills fan for a while. At least the Bills are doing something. But the Sabres, they're getting there. The Sabres were a lot of fun to watch this year. I was really happy with the Buffalo Sabres. And I was really genuinely happy. So I'm excited for next year. Did you notice Amber passing notes to Rotten Conception and he ignores? Yeah, that was like mentioned earlier on that there was a rumor that she like writes notes to them and they like hate that and they don't care about her notes. But what's funny is when she writes them notes and it's like, dude, Amber, we have like an hour left to ask questions. We can't be looking at your goddamn notes for suggestions of what to say when we've run out of time because we are horrible time managers. Elaine asked these questions. She burned our clock. Ron Bourne is scum. You know, like, we don't know what we're doing. We have no time left. Amber, stop writing goddamn notes to us. Like, I assume that's going through their head, to be honest. Give Johnny 50+ million plus a broken phone. Yes. And his finger back. Get him a brand new finger. Whitney has Stockholm Syndrome. Wouldn't be surprised. Did Amber blank a friend back then before moving to Cali? So because you have to think about YouTube here. Think she got a DUI, which resulted in something very bad happening to a friend back in the day. Very bad. Which sucks. And I also don't think she's that evil. I don't think that was meant to happen. So it sucks. New sub here from California. Well, welcome. Hopefully California's been treating you okay. But thank you for being here. Has America been this divided in the past 100 years? No. No, it's like, of course you're going to have people saying, well, that's biased or you're ignorant because I'm only 25. So have I been around for 100 years? No. But I do think there's something very uniquely polarizing, or like a fight that's happening in America between multiple sides now than has happened since at least 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Yeah, I fully believe we're very divided. Yeah, I mean, the Texas thing is tragic, by the way. The Texas thing is tragic, and I won't get too far into it, but of course, you're going to immediately have sides attacking each other. That's been America. This trial was lawyers' war, Camille versus Elaine, but was also a doctor's war. Yeah, I mean, it was the actors' war between Johnny and Amber. Top Depp films, Pirates. I really love Secret Window. I really enjoy Edward Scissorhands. Sweeney Todd, I think, is a really good one. Also, his vocal range. So those would be some of my top ones. Nightmare on Elm Street is one of the better horror movies ever created because of Wes Craven. But, like, Johnny's not in it much. You know what I mean? So in terms of stuff he's in it, I actually didn't mind Transcendence is not even near the top, but I did not mind Transcendence, honestly. What else recently? I did not like Lone Ranger. The first Alice in Wonderland was okay. He did the one with Charlize Theron, where wasn't he like an astronaut? He got possessed by an alien. He came back. That was a really good movie. Problem is, I don't remember its name, but I like that movie. That was a good movie, and that may have spoiled it, so I'm sorry. Been watching this trial live since day one. It's been a roller coaster. Boy, has it. I declare bankruptcy, Michael Scott. One thing we have to say is Johnny's team is amazing, and Ron Bourne is the best on the other side. Yeah. If there's anybody you hire from this on the other side, it's Ron Bourne. He's competent. He is competent. The rest aren't. And then Johnny's side has a lot of good people, I think, like talented workers. Bennett and Johnny's reaction when the psychiatrist made those weird hand. Yeah, hilarious. It is. Judge A has been super cool. Yeah, I like her. She seems fine. She doesn't seem great, but she doesn't seem bad. She's been good. I could care less about both of them, but can't stop watching this trial. I personally have a huge bias towards Johnny, but love Judge A. She has been a queen in this court. She's put up with a lot of garbage, that's for sure. It's not over till it's over. You never know how the jury will respond to closing arguments. True. I mean, closing arguments I'm not discrediting closing arguments. They're important. They are. It's funny that the diversity hires has finally backfired. When hire someone based on their identity instead merit, you're going to end up like Amber. Yeah, it's good that finally was shown in some way, right? Where it's like, Dawn Hughes is a fraud. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. Nobody really should be afraid to say it. I'm sure she has some talent. I'm sure she's worked hard in her life, but she's a hitman in a way where, like, she's going to go up there and she's going to say the women are all good and the men are all bad, and that's why she's there, which makes you really question why she's in any position of power, because I don't want anybody who thinks that, or the reverse. All men are good, all women are bad. Do you want that person in any high-level position? No. So why is she in a high-level position? I don't know. I don't know why, but at least she's being exposed. She was exposed. A lot of people have been exposed here, not just Amber, which is funny. I did listen to John Williams' Obi-Wan theme. It was pretty. Oh, I didn't even hear it. I'll have to listen. I like Depp in comedies. Mordecai I also don't think is as bad as some people give it credit for. I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. All right, we're going to go a couple more minutes, then we're going to head off. I honestly believe that, and Johnny is pretty funny, by the way. Oh, Willy Wonka. I didn't even mention Willy Wonka. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that version. I'll be honest. Again, he's my favorite actor. But I don't love Willy Wonka. Yeah. I honestly believe the jury will probably side more towards JD. Amber Heard has really embarrassed herself and expected us, the audience, to be more inept and ignorant. Yeah. Well, she knows more than us, right? That's the thing. She's better than us, so she knows more than us. I read before going to call she was in. Yeah. That could. Yeah. That could. I'm not gonna read it. I don't want to read about people not being around anymore just for YouTube purposes, YouTube reasons. I don't need them. I don't need any reason for YouTube to get mad at me. But that's tragic, and that surely would live with you forever. I know it would live with me. You know. Yeah. Closing back and forth and back and forth. By the way, my aunt and uncle are at Harry Potter Land. They're buying me a robe to replace the one I misplaced. I'm getting my Ravenclaw. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Universal, the Hogwarts area is really cool. I've never had their, and I've been there twice. I've never had their butterbeer. Will it make me sound stupid that I thought the butterbeer could have been alcoholic, so I didn't drink it? That's what I thought for a while, and then I realized that was dumb. But I've never drank butterbeer, and I want to really badly. But yeah, I'd love to see. Yes. The problem with SJWs, in my opinion, is that I feel the person of minority want the abuse of power they claim all straight white. Well, like I said, to be completely honest, I just think the pendulum has swung too far. Like, I do think at the core some of these things have merit or have like a reason to exist, and that are birthed out of being unfairly treated at some point. But at the same time, like, things are better. The funny thing is, America is like the most divided it's ever been, but things are better now for widespread people, everybody. Things are better for people than ever before in terms of like your rights and your ability to do things and not be judged, not be like put down because you identify a certain way or you are this or that. We're in a better spot now than ever, but it's just the pendulum, I think, has swung too far where people want more rights than other people because they were put down at some point. They think they're better than others. Now, it's an odd thing. It's an odd thing. I don't talk about it much on the channel because you could talk about it for years and not get anywhere as we have. It's tough. It's a real tough thing. I'd love to see Depp win. So much private information was spread out for everyone to walk on. Men do suffer abuse. Agreed. Closing is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be Chu, then Elaine, then Camille, then Ronborn, which may be a problem, but I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, Chu is good, and Camille is good, and Ronborn's good, but Elaine's not good. So you have 2v1, basically. So I don't think it'll matter. all that much. Androchrome drip in South Korea pills were seized. FYI. What? What? I don't even know if I want you to explain that. Thanks for entertaining. Appreciate your thoughts. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Are you Sith Mojorison on is that how you say it? Probably not. Are you that on Twitter, right? Because I appreciate you. You're one of my favorite people to respond to. So if that's you, thank you for supporting me on Twitter. I thought the Andor trailer was fine, but didn't interest me straight up. Yeah, I liked it. I just didn't think it was like incredibly good. This has been enjoyable. Thank you for your time, input, and effort for us all. You are truly appreciated, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. I kept coming back to the fact that Amber had the means and opportunity to leave, and so many people in domestic violence situations don't, yet she stayed. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you. All right, well, I think that's a good place to end it. All right, let me say a couple things. Number one, make sure you're subscribed if you are not. I find it hard to believe, but if you're not subscribed. Secondly, leave a like on your way out. Thirdly, if you want to follow me on Twitter or my second channel, we're so close to 5,000 subscribers on my second channel. We're like 55 away, 60 away. If you guys want to subscribe there, the links are in the description. Just click on the links. It'll take you there. What else? Tomorrow, we'll have a video after the closing arguments. We will also maybe live stream. I'll let you know on Twitter. That's the best place to know. Whenever the verdict comes in, I'm going to live stream like immediately after. Whether it's Tuesday, whether it's tomorrow, I will live stream kind of like immediately after, right? So that's going to be my plan. I will have a video. So if you miss me live, you'll have a video that'll last forever, right? So that'll all happen as well. I think that's it. Let me say again, I truly mean this, and I try to say it as much as I can. You guys rock. The super chats have been incredible. You can support me on Patreon and YouTube memberships, by the way, if you want. But, no, I mean, you guys freaking rock. The super chats are insane. You guys are insane, supporting the live stream, supporting the videos. I know I don't look at the camera, by the way. I'm like Johnny. I kind of look down, which is what I've always done, by the way. But, no, I really appreciate you guys. So it's been a blast. It's been boring. It's been stressful. Burnt out is actually what I wanted to say. I have been burning out. It has been stressful, but you guys rock. You guys make it worth it. I'm proud of these videos and these live streams. I'm proud to make the videos every day. And, we only got 1 to 2 days left, so it's almost over. And like I said, if this is it, I mean this from the if this is it, if you've only come because of the Johnny Depp stuff, if you don't like games, if you don't like Pirates of the Caribbean or movies, if these are the only videos you watch of me, I completely get it. I get it. I understand how YouTube works. You guys rock though. So if this is the last time and you don't watch my other videos, I understand. I want you to stay, but I appreciate all that you've done for me. Obviously, like the subscribers and the revenue and stuff, it's been good, and I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you for watching. We'll see you possibly tomorrow. We could live stream tomorrow, do a video, and we'll go from there. Have a nice Friday. Have a nice weekend if I don't talk to you, and see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.